Hello. You gotta go through something. That's the problem. Nobody wants to go through. It's gonna be worth it. If you can live life depending on God, turning from your wicked ways every day, keep your mind stayed on God. When man don't come through, God will surely come through. You gotta go through something. We all are born in this earth, born in sin. And we know that wrong run from right. And we must turn around and run to God. You got to go through something. It is so easy to do wrong. I'm going to turn the camera this way. It is so easy to do wrong. Anybody can do wrong. Kids, anybody. That's easy. It's hard to live a life and watch other people dibble and dabble and swim in sin, and you look at God like, Lord, you told me to get out of it, to get out of sin, turn from my wicked ways. When will you come? One thing about it, you can't rush God. He's patient. Love is patient. You might well get with God program. Learn how to live your life pleasing God, not worried about what they doing. Like, don't get jealous of what they doing. Those are the one He came to save. How you gonna get jealous of people who are lost? If you with God, you in the right place, you in the best place. Just hold your horses. God gonna come through for you. You gotta suffer for doing right. It's easy to get up and do wrong and get some money. It's easy to do wrong, to do like everybody else doing, but you gotta do the opposite. Boy, I tell you, I'm running with my cross. I don't even care how I look no more. Yeah. Because God don't care about the outside. If you still trying to look good and look pretty, worried about how you look, you still in your flesh. I still got the same dress on yesterday. I still like buying, I bought me a thermostat because I was cold last night. I'm gonna wear it tonight. But anyway, I got it because I was cold. You got to suffer and still stay with God. Your thoughts should still be, thank you, Lord, when you're going through. Nobody wants to hear it. Jesus is in the world, and the world don't even know. You know, the Bible got to be interpreted. Jesus, the Son of God. Or could it be Jesus, the daughter of God? Me and him, I feel so closely to him. We twins. Sometimes I feel like I am him. Jesus, of course. For a while, I was scared to say it because I was like, I don't want to be acting like I'm trying to be you, and I know that I'm not. It was like I was scared to say it, that I had a dream that God showed me that Jesus is in the world and the world don't even know, and I woke up and I thought I was Jesus. But I'm a follower of Jesus. I'm everything he went through, I'm going through it. That's why it seems like that's why it seemed like I'm him, because I'm carrying my cross. I'm reminded of Jesus. My life every day, I'm reminded of what Jesus went through and how the world just passed him by and didn't know he was in the world. That's why he said, if you do it to the least of them, you do it to him. I love God so much. He all I have. I'm not worried about no man no more. I'm not trying to date him. I'm worried about making it to the end, doing what God wants, walking in my purpose, getting my heart desire. I don't even have that desire no more, looking good for a man. Which man? Maybe that man. I'm like, no, I don't want to covet my sister's husband, so I'm not going to pick. I don't know if that's my sister's husband. I don't know if that's my sister's husband. I don't want to covet. And in order to be safe on that side, I just love on God and give God my whole heart. If a man come to me and he said God sent me, I'm going to know God sent you, because can't nobody come to me unless the Lord allow it. But if a man come to me and try to date me and like me, I'm going to know he in the world, because he's supposed to be about his father's business, which is God. If that man come and help me like no other man have, because no other man have, that man come up and help me, I'm going to know that that's that man from God. I don't had a lot of men to come and try to tell me to do wrong, or didn't want me to talk about God. God had to reveal it to me, if any man come in my life. But I'm not worried about no man no more. worried about saving souls. That's what it's all about. Don't get distracted, y'all. It used to be a thing for me when I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get me a man, give me a man. The ones I always wanted didn't want me. It was always the ones I didn't want. But I wasn't no person to go for looks, but you want what you want. Even the ugly dudes broke my heart. Ones I wouldn't dare give a chance to. I just did it because you said you liked me, and I was trying to give you a chance. And that still didn't work. And it's like, you would think an ugly person would sit down somewhere and be faithful. But no, they doing the same thing. Same thing. Time out for all that jumping from house to house, you know what I mean? Or should I say bed to bed? Jumping from bed to bed. It's time out for that. Yeah, they ain't gonna tell you if they sick. You gotta suffer for doing. You gotta suffer, man. You gotta go through something, man. You gotta. Nobody else would do it. Nobody else could do it but Jesus. I just wanted to say a few little things to you. I'm gonna get up here and maybe go to the gym. Maybe sit here and just taking in all this sun, because I was so cold last night. Yo, I won't be cold tonight. I got me some Thermos. They pink. I don't want to do wrong for anything. So I learned how to be content. I just want to let you know that God sees you, He cares, but you have to go and sin no more. If you want God blessings, God help, you got to get on His side. He can't bless wrongdoing. Wrongdoing is curse. You got to break that curse. You got to get out of that curse. That curse is holding you. Sin is holding you down. You got to get up. And the only way is where your help come from. I'm just pointing to God. I ain't telling you to go get you 2-3 men, get you a sugar daddy, get you a sugar mama. I'm not telling you to do that. Get you 3 jobs. Dang, you working yourself to death. Your money's still leaving. You still broke. I live daily. The Lord said, the Lord said, daily bread. The Lord said to trust Him, to walk by faith and not by sight. A lot of y'all say y'all believers. Y'all are, but y'all still not quite learning how to walk by faith. Y'all still walking by sight. And I'm here to help you. Ain't nothing like getting yourself right with God. Mm-mm-mm. When you around a man, when you living with a man or living with your friend or something, that makes you want to do things because it's an unseen danger. Especially if that man not living for God. Then if he's not living for God, then he's lost. With him being lost, the enemy come in, temptation come in, and you eventually get weak if you stay with him, if you stay with that person. I'd rather get out here on the streets and carry my cross and not let no man stop me from carrying my cross. I'd rather get out here and trust God. I ain't putting myself in no situation where I'm going to be living with the devil, where he in and out of the body of the man or the woman that I'm living with, and I have to deal with whatever they say. No. Oh, why you didn't tell me I had something on my shirt? I was eating. I got it. You know, God called me off that job. I outgrew. I figured out how to pass tests. I figured out what God wanted. Once I learned my lesson, God called me off the job. It ain't that I don't want to work. I just can't have two masters. God called me off that job for a reason. To work for him. I'm like a bait in the earth. The reason why he called me off that job is because his will be done, and everything that when Jesus called his disciples, that when they was working, they was fishing, they was at work, get off the boat. He said, come follow me, I'll make you fishers of men. I was one of them. And I obeyed. When he called me, I obeyed him. So I never was lazy. I never wanted to just expect handouts and people to give me. I'm not a gimme. I was always a giver. It still is. I'm giving you the knowledge and wisdom that God is giving me. The only way I can help you is to help you spiritually. This is all I got. Which is a good thing. Because those who worship God must worship him in spirit and truth. I'm spiritual. You can't think you know everything. Especially if you in sin. And you still got problems. And your mind's still troubled. That's a carnal mind. You can't think you know everything. I told you on my last live, carnal mind think they know everything. I've been there. I got to the point where I said, oh, I don't know nothing. The Lord wants a relationship with you. Are you ready? He called me off those jobs so that he can tell, so that at the end, so that he can tell some people that didn't even know that they helped Jesus because they did it to the least of them. I have to obey God. He's going to say, enter ye righteous. When I was hungry, you fed me. And if you do it to the least of them, you do it to Jesus. That had to be done. So I needed to be out here in the world. I needed to become poor. I had to follow Jesus. There was no other way. For the message of the cross is foolishness to those who are perishing. But to us who are being saved it is the power of God. For it is written, I will destroy the wisdom of the wise and bring to nothing the understanding of the prudent. Where is the wise? Where is the scribe? Where is the disputer of this age? Has not God made foolish the wisdom of this word? For since in the wisdom of God, the world through wisdom did not know God. The world through wisdom. For since in wisdom of God, the world through wisdom did not know God. It pleased God. It pleased God through the foolishness of the message preached to save those who believe. For Jews request a sign, and Greeks seek after wisdom, but we preach Christ crucified. To the Jews a stumbling block, and to the Greeks foolishness. But to those who are called, both Jews and Greeks, Christ the power of God and the wisdom of God, because the foolishness of God is wiser than man, and the weakness of God is stronger than man. For you see your calling, brethren, that not many wise according to the flesh, not many mighty, not many noble are called. But God has chosen the foolish things of the world to put the shame to the wise. And God has chosen the weak things of the world to put to shame the things which are mighty, and the basic things of the world, and the things which are despised. God has chosen, and the things which are not, to bring to nothing the things that are, that no flesh should glory in his presence. But of him you are in Christ Jesus, who became for us wisdom from God, and righteousness and sanctification and redemption, that as it is written, he who glories, let him glory in the Lord. Thanks for listening. Bye for now.